We're going to start with a bone-in split chicken breast. So in this pan, I have browning some bone-in chicken breast. And all I did was flour the chicken in a bag with a little bit of salt and pepper. And I want it to brown nicely on all sides. So I'm going to take it out and just put it on a dish because we're going to make a sauce for this, something very simple. So you want to go to the store and make sure you get good chicken breast, bone in. I leave the bone in because it has a lot more flavor. So there are our chicken pieces, and now we want to add a little bit of olive oil to the pan. You leave those little scrapings in there because that's all flavor. So there's the oil, and now we want to add some onion. And for this I like to use a red sweet onion, but you could just use a generic yellow onion if you wanted to. And as you're cooking the onion, you want to scrape up some of those little cracklings that were left behind from seasoning and cooking the chicken. We'll give this a little bit of salt and pepper. And we want that just to wilt down a little bit. And while it's wilting down, I want to talk to you a little bit about what I consider to be the key ingredient to this dish. And that would be this. Tomato paste. Now, there are many kinds of tomato paste, but I think you would be surprised to know that most of them are not made in Italy at all. They come from other places. But this one is. This is a concentrated tomato paste directly from Parma in the region of Emilia-Romagna. You can find this in your grocery store. And what is tomato paste? Nothing more than seeded and skinned tomatoes that have been cooked down until a lot of the moisture has been exuded, a lot of the water has been taken out, and it's thick. And it is really something that gives you added flavor. So I'm going to put that in. You want about a tablespoon, a good hefty tablespoon, and with it, some chopped garlic. Put the garlic in after the onions have wilted down some. So you want to mix all this around because with this, we want some chicken stock. So here we have some chicken stock. We're going to put that in, about 1 1/4 cups, I would say. Put that in. This is so easy because once you have this all together, then you just let it go. And about 35 minutes later, it's done. And then wine. And for this, we're using a good red wine, a Centine. Don't go out and buy cooking wines. Buy a good wine that you like to drink because that's also the best wine to cook with. So let me turn up the heat now. And we want to add, about, I would say 1 1/2 cups of red wine. I'm just going to gauge this. Bring it up to the boil. We want to add our chicken pieces. And then we're just going to put a cover on this and let this go. At the end, just before we serve this, we're going to add something a little bit unusual to go with this dish, and that would be grapes. But you don't want to put them in now because they'll be too mushy. So you save that towards the end of the cooking, I would say about 3 or 4 minutes before the chicken is ready, you add the grapes. This is going to give great flavor. Whoops, I almost lost that one. There it goes. And it just fits beautifully in this pan. And turn that piece over. You may want to turn these over maybe once while it's cooking. On goes the cover. We lower that heat. And as I say, we let that go for about 30 minutes. So in go the grapes. Cover goes on. 5–10 minutes later, you've got a delicious chicken dish.